Welcome to DFS Karma, where we talk about our favorite fantasy sports plays for football, basketball, baseball, and pretty much everything else. Be sure to check out and create an account with all of our partners, such as MonkeyKnifeFight.online, PrizePicks.online, and StatHero.online. Use the promo code KARMA on any of these sites to get an exclusive deposit bonus. And don't forget to check out all of our free fantasy content on DFSKarma.com, as well as our own premium plays. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. Please welcome today's hosts.
Yo, what is up? Welcome back, everybody, to the Teen It Up podcast. I am your host, AC, with DFS Karma and Bet Karma. I got my co-host, co-captain, Sam Sherman. How are you doing, Sam? You just got back from a 6-hour drive. How you feeling today? A little lacking some energy, a little 4th of July festivities?
Yeah, I was up. Yeah, exactly. I'm like kind of just exhausted because I was way up north, and then this morning before I left, I woke up 7:30 after being out much too late to play golf, so I'm just fucking dead, dude. But it was good. It was good. This morning I played not that well. I have a good one for you though. You can appreciate this because it paints me in a terrible light. The other day I was 2 under through 7, and then I realized what I was doing and immediately hit 2 balls out of bounds. Complete round, dude. It was so frustrating, but
sounds about right.
I didn't watch much. I didn't watch much of this tournament last week at all. After I saw Bryson birdie like 3 of the first 4 on Sunday, I was like, it's over. I don't need to watch this anymore.
Yeah, we knew it. I mean, you kind of gave me some shit in the Bet Karma Discord for, making a bet that I probably normally would never make, and frankly, I wouldn't. But I just thought he was the biggest lock ever for a top 10, and kind of hit pretty big over there with that. As always, real quick. BetKarma.com. I just mentioned that. There's a Discord chat function in there. Everything's free for that. Content's there. Content is at DFSKarma.com. We give our picks as well. Great community in really both Discords. So yeah, let's get into it. July 4th is tough though. Let's be real for all of us. I mean, I think we were all out having a good time this whole weekend in general. And same with myself, man. I didn't really get to watch much golf at all until second half on Sunday. So I did get to finally lay down. I got home. I had like two hours of solid golf watching. So it was a great, end obviously for my bankroll. Had another great week on DraftKings. We'll get into that. Cash lineup cashed. Was really close, honestly, in both my tournament teams as well. 5 out of 6. And I'm just right there, man. I'm hitting on all these low-owned guys, and I just can't string together that big takedown. I know it's coming though. Like I know I'm really close, and I've felt this way before in previous DFS call seasons. So I think it's just a matter of time before I take some kind of big tournament down. But cash has been great, man. So tournament wise, yes, Bryson, he got the job done. He was supposed to get it done. Ironically though, it was really with obviously the driving distance, but the putter. You hit the nail on the head. You actually gave me some bearish caution on, his approach game, which I kind of overlooked. I'll be honest, I did. I didn't realize how off he was with his approach game. And it showed. I mean, I kind of got nervous, man, like just watching live, like, holy shit. Like he has no iron game, and he's using those graphite shafts right now, which I'm assuming, like they talked about on air, he probably should go back to the steel shafts, but who knows? It's Bryson. Other than that, hit a couple top 20 bets as well that gave that out at betkarma.com. Anything else, Sam? I know July 4th, it's just fun weekend overall. Didn't get to watch much golf, like I said, until late on Sunday, but we're back this week in Ohio.
Honestly, it was kind of nice because I didn't really since I was up there with my family on the 4th, I didn't really have the chance to tilt my face off, but I did see on Friday, dude, Cam Davis crushed me. Oh my God. I was like, dude,
well, he's 6,500. I mean, come on.
No, I know, but that would have been I would have cashed everywhere with that, because even though I had a 4 of 6, but that would have given me a 4 of 6 and no one owned him. So that would have total, because I had Bryson in there. I had Hovland in that one, or not Hovland, but someone else. And it was I was like, he needs to get up and down, and I was like, he's not going to do it. I was like,
I fell for the Rory Sabatini trap, and that was brutal. I mean, again, I skated by, I had 5 of 6, and I didn't realize how many 4 of 6 lineups there were out there. I thought there would be a lot more 5 of 6 in cash, but I think looking back, obviously that was a bad play. And frankly, we talk about this every week. I never pay up all the way to the top, but I was not surprised. But, Bryson made sense to play him in cash, I think, last week, just considering the field. And there were a decent amount of guys lower owned. So that was the only mistake I made last week, so to speak. But other than that, let's start getting into this week, the Workday Charity Open. We're at Murfield Village in Columbus, Ohio. Back-to-back weeks, obviously, you'll hear that all over the place. So, Sam, I don't know how much you have or have not really gotten a chance to look or read into anything. I know your content's coming out tomorrow to the website. But from my interpretations, because this is going back-to-back, they're moving the tee boxes up. The rough is going to be, I think, a little bit shorter than we probably anticipate. And it sounds like the greens are going to be a little bit slower. I think next week is going to be the week where things play a little bit tougher, harder, faster. That's how I'm looking at this tournament. I think it is going to be more of a birdie fest again, similar to last week, man. I mean, what are your thoughts? Fairways are pretty wide open here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the angles of these tee boxes, though. It sounds like they are moving them all over the place.
Yeah, I saw a note today. Oh, just piggybacking what you said. The last thing I saw is, I guess maybe just the weekend, or I don't know if it's all 4 days, they're making the 14th hole drivable, which actually is awesome. That's a sweet hole, and they should do it all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'll definitely be, my kind of take on it is it'll be the same in that, the rough can be different and everything, but the green sizes are still what they are, 5,000 square feet, pretty small. A lot of these things are, and the rough is still not easy to head out of. It won't be as brutal as probably the next week, but I think I'm definitely looking at course history and just using the Memorial pass, in general for this one. I think there will be a lot of birdies out there. It'll be a higher scoring event than the next one, but I don't think, we saw a -5 cut last week. I don't think we'll be anywhere near that. I don't think it'll be I think it's that's gonna be more even 1 under. I don't see it being. I don't see someone getting 20 under, but I could be wrong. So, yeah,
you could be wrong, but you could be right. So we'll see. I really do think this week, again, real quick recap. I think this is going to be the week we're going to look for scoring. I think next week's going to toughen up a bit. This is what the people want. They want the picks, man. They want the plays. We'll go through 3 tiers, and we'll talk about the value, a building blocks per se for your cash games. And then we'll look for a couple leverage plays. As always, we are not going to talk about every player because there's 156 players, and we don't want to be that podcast, right? So we're starting, as always, up top 10,000 and above. It's kind of a good way to, look at the paradigm as how people are going to shake out this week. I think without question, and this does not mean I look at him this way as being the number 1 guy, but it seems like Patrick Cantlay is getting all the run this week, the talk, the buzz, whatever you want to call it. Great course history, won here obviously last year. I got to say, man, I'm coming out swinging this week with a take. I'm not putting it like this. I'm not playing Patrick Cantlay in cash. And I think that's a mistake if you do this week. I mean, if you look at the numbers, he's gaining, at least recently, and he hasn't played much, but he gained a lot of strokes putting. And for him to look at his approach game the way that I looked at it, and I was a little bit surprised, it was an easy, why would you pay 10-6 for Patrick Cantlay in cash, who at times doesn't birdie as much as people think anyways. I get it, quote unquote, he's a great course fit, blah, blah, blah. I think he's a better play next week. So that was just my quick 2 cents. Before I go back to you, for me, it's very easy. I'm starting with Hideki this week at 10,000. That's probably a very cashy type chalk take, but this is his course as well. He's a little price discount. He's going to score with the best of them. And I really like Hideki. I like the price this week for Hideki at 10,000.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite play, he'll be one of the chalkiest. I think Justin Thomas is such. I mean, I already bet him, and I hate betting people that are that low. But I think Justin Thomas is just. I think I was hoping people would be scared off by the miscut, but people were too sharp. But his irons are just so good, and if he could just make any putts recently, he would be. I mean, basically at Muirfield, you have to crush the par fives, and you have to play the par fours at like 450 to 500 really well. And he destroys his drives. He's a great par five scorer. And honestly, like this can be a little noisy, but there's so many bunkers and they're really hard. And he's like the best. He's like one of the best sand players on tour. So I love Justin Thomas. I'll absolutely have him in at least one of my three, probably my main. But I agree, I'll probably start Cash with Hideki as well, and then I'll let Brooks burn me while he shoots.
Oh, I'm not. As always, the Sam and I, we are good for the same take with Brooks. Like, I'm not touching Brooks. I mean, go ahead. I mean, if somebody's going to beat me with Brooks, cool. You get a little bit of an ownership discount, which I understand the game theory logic. I just don't like it. I don't like Xander. I never really play Xander either. But again, looking at his peripherals a little bit, it's not even – I was trying to get cute with him and potentially look to play. I kind of like my roster constructions I got. Usually Sam and I do this on Monday, and I'm not really making any builds. I'm kind of tied up tomorrow, so I kind of have my builds already going for the week. And the one thing that pains me to say it is I don't have much John Rahm. I mean, I love Rahm, but something's a little off in his game. I'm sure he's just going to show up in top three because that's what Rahm does. I firmly believe that he's going to reign for a long time. He's just going to have to tweak a few things. And right now, I'm not touching him this week. But, it's JT, it's Hideki up here for me, and it's Cantley. Those are the three. The other guys I will have minimal exposure to. All right, let's go down to Justin Rose at 9,700, and we will stop we'll go down to 8,000, where Bubba and Wolf's at. So I took the first tier. I'll let you talk about a couple building blocks for cash games or what you deem as value in the second tier.
Yeah, he's going to be chalk, but I'll probably almost certainly start my cash lineup with Hideki and Rose. Rose, he's played so well here for so long. I still think, he torched everyone. Was that 2 weekends ago when he shot like 1,000 on Friday? I mean, whatever. I don't really care. Again, that's such a small sample. I like him a lot. I like Hovland. I'm not sure if I'll go back to him with a stronger field. That's kind of expensive. I mean, he's so good, and I would never talk anyone off of him. I just don't know if I'll go back there. My favorite plays in his range are probably, like I said, Rose. I love how Ricky looked, and I like how he plays his course. And then going down, I'm just a sucker. I mean, I always play Gary Woodland. I mean, he's great. I mean,
you love Gary.
Yeah, I mean, if he can just stop like these doubles and triples like once a round, or just killing.
He's so tilting. I gave him up a long time ago, but I gotta admit, on Gary, I mean, when I saw his price relative to this field, I mean, I'm with you, man. Like, I really do. I think that's a nice, solid value play. Like, I think it's a cash play. I probably won't go there, but Woodland, I would say, is definitely mispriced. Just talking about it on that, because you got to figure he's going to positively regress here. I mean, something's a little bit off for him. Rose, I'll give away a couple of my bets tonight, but if you want them all, I've been on a mega heater this really whole season. Justin Rose, I have a very large bet on, and I love him this week. Now, I got to admit, right now, he's not in my cash build. He's in my, one of two tournament rosters that I play weekly. So, I mean, I'm going to have exposure to him. He just did not fit my cash lineup, but totally agree with you. Like, he's definitely cash playable. I got to admit, man, like, it might come back to bite me, but I'm like leaning Hovland over Rose. And I know that's crazy because I didn't bet Hovland, I bet Rose. But I think when I made my bets, I think the value was on Rose, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was like at 25 or 26 to 1, and Hovland was like 20 to 1 or something like that. So I went with the value. I knew they were close. And frankly, I just kind of wanted the guy that's, I mean, call it for what it's worth. He's kind of on a hot streak. I mean, that is a bad take, I guess, but he's playing really well. And every time I look at his stats, and it's kind of getting redundant. You and I have talked about him in really the last 12 months of doing this podcast. He just looks like he's got Rory in his game. His short game is awful, which frankly, Rory's short game isn't that great either, not to mention his sand play. So yeah, that's the thing that can kill him. But dude, if you look at his just approach, his greens and regulation, I mean, his driving accuracy, it's unbelievable. He's, in my opinion, the better cash play over Rose. Now, that could be flipping a coin, but that was just my 2 cents on that. However, like I said, I bet Rose, so it's one way or the other. I was shocked. Here's the one shock that I see happening. I'm looking at dfskarma.com. Sam has his projections portal. It's a great data and analytics tool. You can sort. It's functionable. You can sort by odds, top 5, top 20, course history stuff, course rank, stat rank, blah, blah, blah. But I really like interpreting this as well for ownership thoughts, because DFS is always about metagame theory, but in specific, I think golf is the epitome of the DFS golf, logic, right? You have Kuchar right now at 9%.
Yep.
I'm starting to suspect that be even a little bit lower as we get closer towards lineup lock. I mean, the fact that Matt Kuchar, who came in top 20, who I have a large bet on for top 20, 5 out of his last 6 outings here, and I get it, his form is nothing. It's, frankly, you could call it awful if you want to talk about his form. Dude, I've seen this movie before. We've talked about that, right? Matt Kuchar is going to be low owned. I thought he was going to be a chalk cash play until I started coming around to this sensation that he's not. He doesn't really fit my lineup right now, but I just wanted to point out, I think Kuchar's an easy cash game play, but for some reason people aren't playing him. I like that he has an early tee time too, for what it's worth. I know some people don't care about that, but it's Adam Hadwin for me in this range. The guy that kind of makes sense. You're on him at 50-1.
I was between him and Woodland, dude. I think that's a toss-up. I want to know your opinion. Would you rather play?
We'll tell you Gary Woodland. So
I'm just saying, dude, Adam Hadwin, I like him a lot. As you said, I bet him. He last week gained in all strokes gained categories. He looked really solid, came top 5. But man, that's expensive for Adam Hadwin.
I don't think so, man. Adam Hadwin's, I think, better than all of us in this industry ever want to talk about, just because he doesn't have that brand appeal that we think is otherwise better. Here's why I like Hadwin. The more we go on in these weeks and months of DFS golf, right? Hadwin, first off, Sam, you know this. You play golf. You're a good golfer. You get streaky. I know you do. I mean, we all do, even as amateurs, as pros. When you get hot, you get hot. Adam Hadwin's hot right now. You know what the beauty of Adam Hadwin is? He's always a good putter. So if he's hot, he's hitting greens. He's just in a better position to be scoring. I like that combination. The amount of guys, and we'll get to some of these other guys, that you're tilting their putters even though they're hitting the green. It's at least with Hadwin, you can sleep at night knowing you're not going to lose strokes putting. And maybe I jinxed it, but go back and look, dude. I don't even remember. I mean, I don't have it up right now, but I will look for it since we're talking about it. He's going on over 2 months of not losing since last November 25th, since he's lost strokes putting. I mean, there's something to be said for that. And I know putting, quote unquote, is volatile. Well, not really when you're that good. And he's that hot with his greens and his iron game and his approach game right now. So for me, it's Hadwin. The betting market will tell you Woodland. I like them both, but I'm leaning Hadwin. So that being said, we got to establish at least 1 to 2 leverage plays in this range. You talked about Ricky. I kind of like that play.
Yeah, I like Ricky a lot. The what is that is so interesting to me. And, well, I have my actual leverage play, and then I have my one that I'm considering if this ownership stays how low I think it's going to be. So I always will go back to Patrick Reed because everyone hates him. He now is $2,000 less expensive than last week. I always say he's the best scrambler on tour. You have to scramble on these. That's how you win, is saving par from the bunker and saving par on the green. Patrick Reed, I think, is an elite GPP play. So is just no one going to play Sung J M anymore? Is he not a thing?
So amazing that you brought that up, because I love playing my 20 max lineups in the $3, right, the $4, whatever, and toss them in the Millie Maker. I lose money in the Millie Maker. I win in the 20 max entry stuff. I mean, draw that math up for you, right? But Sung J M is going to be less than 10% owned. I don't understand why. Sam, he's in literally half of my Millie Maker lineups because I'm like, why not? If I'm going to get Sung J at 7-8%, I mean, I'll take it all day. I have a lot of lineups in that 20 max where I start with Ricky or I start with Sung J. And I love my favorite leverage play in this whole region is Colin Morikawa. I know that that's a little salt in the wound for you because you decided to play him on his only event in 90 starts where he missed the cut. So sorry about that. But he burned people, right? This is the mental game. So I'm going back to the well. Stats actually look pretty bad the last couple turns, not going to lie. But I decided to put a bet on him because, well, frankly, I think that the betting market is mispricing him as well, considering we kind of know who he is and we know golf is more of a long-term game, so to speak. So I think we're actually getting a discount on him both in DFS and betting, and I think he's going to be under-owned for tournament. So that's like my leverage play with Morikawa, but right in that range with Sung Jae and Fowler.
Yeah, I love them. Actually, I think this course, it's always funny when you have a guy like this who's so good. It's like any course kind of quote-unquote sets up for him. But I think this one's so good because his long irons are arguably right now probably the best on tour. So I love that leverage play. I wonder if he'll get popular. My only issue with Colin is always just his short game is so bad. So I don't know how to react to that, but I like that take.
All right, let's head down to the next range of, well, this is where you have to win it. 7,900 down. We'll just stop at 7,000. And then, honestly, the 6Ks are – last week, dude, we had a lot of guys in the 6Ks. We actually invented a fourth tier last week. It's bad this week. There's like a couple guys we'll talk about very briefly. But 7,900 down to 7,000. We'll start with you.
I have
a couple of building blocks.
Well, just get out of the way. Kevin Streelman, always a building block. Playing great. People are surprised that he's not been putting well. I don't know if people don't understand he's not a good putter. He never has been, so it doesn't really, I'm not worried about that. He's priced up. I think, well, I don't think a lot of people go to him, but I have projections have him kind of high because he's getting a lot of buzz. Dude, I might play him in cash, but I'm playing Benny On this week. Yeah. I never play Benny On. Look at his course history.
I'm playing him with you.
Look at his course
history. He's like one of my favorite followers on Twitter. So like I'm playing him.
People troll him about his putter, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I know. I only lost 2 today, guys. I was pretty good." But I will say, last week he did gain strokes putting, so he's like on a heater.
People forget that he scores a lot of DraftKings points. Like if he freaking just makes the cut and he has a couple good rounds, he scores so many DraftKings points, and he has not been recently. And you know, there's a lot of casuals out there playing DFS golf right now, and they don't realize that Ben On technically can just score with the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's never come worse than 25th here in the last 4 years. I'm all in. 7,900. Let's ride.
The dominator, bro.
The last guy I'll say. I mean, Joel Dahman is just too cheap. Always too cheap.
He's gonna be like 35% owned. Maybe 40.
That's fine.
Honestly, it's ridiculous, though. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. It's such an easy week to play GVPs because you almost want the cash guys to just implode as much as it hurts saying it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's Benny On, Joel Dahman. I will probably go back to the real Rory because just because he torched people, no one will play him. Like, no one will play him because they burn him so bad.
I had an epiphany with Rory. He doesn't score DraftKings points. So, therefore, I will not be playing him. Continue.
Yeah, he's got to basically finish high. I mean, I think my favorite leverage is I think the 2 guys I like for GPPs in here a lot would be Billy Horschel, who's a really good scrambler. And I don't know. A couple guys like I might go back to Maverick McNeely. He's pretty good, and I don't think anyone really cares to play him.
Yeah, I'm playing him in one of my tournament rosters. I'm a little bit upset with myself. I considered him in cash games last week. I was so close to like the nuts with one of my lineup, and had him, was toying around with Bryson, decided to go freaking up to Rory Sabatini, and we know how that went. I mean, I still cashed, but still very tilting because I was considering like a DeChambeau and Maverick and another tweak in there. But yeah, I love him, dude. The dude's just good. I listened to him on an interview on Saturday. I don't know. I was kind of drunk for 3 days straight, but some kind of interview on Saturday. Did you realize all his brothers are named after Ford cars?
I'm all in now. That's
I know. So it's unbelievable. Like he's got 4 brothers. They're all named after like unbelievable Ford names and brands. But yeah, Maverick McNeely. Now you learn some. HV3 is going to be freaking popular because guess what? He was popular last week and he did well.
Yeah.
So we have to play him again. This is why this week in cash games, Don't get me wrong. I'm a cash game player. I love my cash games. I am scared shitless this week in cash games because I feel like this is going to be the first week. You mark my words right now, Sam. This is going to be the first week where we see heavy lineup saturation. We are going to see lineup trains. We haven't really seen that much in DFS Call yet, but I can tell you right now, the way the week is shaping up, it's going to be down to one player. 4 or 5 of the guys in these cash game builds this week are going to be the same for everybody, in my opinion. I mean, I'd be surprised if I was wrong, but HV3, great play.
I could see that.
I don't see how people get away from that. I don't see how people. I mean, I thought when pricing came out, I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to go back to Max Homa. And then in cash. And then I'm looking at your projections and the projections portal. I'm like, wait a second. It's only Tuesday and Max Homa is the only guy in the low 7K range. It's like popping for ownership projections. I'm like, what the hell? So honestly, it's kind of screwing with my brain a little bit because I didn't think he was going to be that high owned. I thought like that would have been my little sneaky 5% owned play in cash. It just makes my lineup different. Are you there, Sam? I think Sam got booted. So anyways, I'll keep talking. My couple leverage plays are Cameron Chigali at 7,300. Are you there, Sam? I heard you get back on.
Yep. My shit totally froze.
Did you hear my Max Homa take?
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it.
I just don't understand why he's chalk. Like you missed the cut, people. You're supposed to be scared. Like, why are you?
I know. Dude, I told you, people are too sharp. I'm playing Homa.
I mean, I want to say right now on Tuesday I'm playing him in cash, but I just feel like that's a mistake right now. Looking at the way my lineup construction is going, I have to do something a little bit different. And for people that are like, wait a second, why would they do?
No, what I like in cash more than Max Homa is Bud Colley.
Yeah, he's getting some run too, though. He's going to be kind of owned in. I mean, Bud Colley doesn't score enough DraftKings points, dude. Look into it. I mean, I like him too. I think he's safe.
I'm just saying he ranks first for me in par fours, 450 to 500, second in scrambling, top 20 in approach and 150 plus. I mean, I know he's kind of like not the sexiest. He might, yeah, but he to me is like Jim Furyk. Like, he's not sexy, but he normally is pretty just whatever. He's kind
Jim Furyk's my guy. All right, let's talk about a couple leverage plays. So I agreed with your Ben Ante because I think he actually is going to be lower owned than people think. I'm going to play Jason Day a ton in 20 max. I'm just going to keep playing him. I'm going to play him every week. He's 3% owned. I mean, Jason Day at some point is going to accidentally top 5. You know that, Sam. Come on.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean,
I agree.
I'm not playing on, look at his stats. Look, he's trending. I'm playing on sheer Jason Day will bink his way to a top 5, and then he'll go through 7 to 10 more weeks of hell. So 7,700, 3% owned. Sign me up. Who else is in this range that we were talking about?
I have a way funnier leverage for you.
Where's that at?
Brennan Steele, 7,100.
I used to play him a ton back in the day. How did he do a couple weeks? I remember he was in the hunt at the Travelers, but I think it was mostly with his putter. I'm going to bring him up and look into his stats real quick. Talk about another leverage player.
Dude, his stats are really good. He came 6 2 weeks ago, and he's never dominated here or anything like that. But he had, I believe, made the last several cuts. I mean, he's made his last 4 cuts in Memorial, 1 top 20, 7,100.
He's opportunities gained at least, so that's something I like seeing. Yeah, I remember taking a mental note at the Travelers. He gained 9.5 strokes putting. I've never seen that. I've actually never seen that. Literally, I've never seen that. He gained 9.5 strokes putting. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen 10? I don't think I've ever seen 10.
No.
Hold on.
How about 9.5 and doesn't even?
I'm checking his proximity and stuff. I mean, he's just bad. I like Brennan Steele, but no, I can't go there for cash.
Brennan Steele probably my main G lineup.
Oh wow, he is hitting the long irons really well. I mean, yeah, it keeps the hot putter going. What about, dude, our boy? He's gonna be freaking owned. We've been talking about this guy for weeks. Russell Henley's gonna be owned. I love Russell Henley. I kind of want to play him in cash, to be honest, but he doesn't fit my lineup.
I like Henley. I'm not playing him. If he gets popular, that just sounds like a disaster.
That's the problem. Like, and again, I hope we're making. I know we're kind of having fun with it right now, but the reason why I'm being serious with this is I don't want the same lineups. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are going to play the same people, but it's freaking golf. Like, give me one or two guys. If it's just one, so be it. Like, I need one lower owned guy, and I'll let people in Discord chat know. I mean, again, DFSkarma.com, hop in the Discord chat product. I mean, Sam and I are in there. I'll follow my 2 cents, but I hope some of this makes sense because I am kind of thinking about it more and more. It's like, yes, I want to play Max Homa. I know he's a great play, but Sam, you and I both know there's 10 other golfers in this range that can outscore him. Max Homa can miss the cut.
Yep.
Anyone else leverage play wise? Ooh, my boy Luke List is down there. I ain't touching him
never.
this week. I got lucky last week with him, but he imploded on Sunday with a 72. That was.
I mean, I have a couple. Brutal. I have like two or three guys I'll play below 7,000, and that's probably it. Honestly, I don't want to dip in this range at all.
So Sam Burns did me well. Are you not touching anyone in the 6K range?
No, I like Sam Burns. I'm gonna play Matthew Neesmith, who was really popular like 2 weeks ago, and I guess he's not popular anymore. And then I'm also gonna play Adam Long because I'm a sucker.
Let me just name a couple quick names without even getting into it. Richie Warinsky, I know. Man, I just always play Vaughn Taylor. Like I'm looking at Vaughn Taylor right now. I know I'm gonna investigate more Vaughn Taylor. And frankly, I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever won anything with Vaughn Taylor. I don't know why I play Vaughn Taylor, but I'm gonna look at him. Jim Furyk, I mean,
here's a guy that I have the play. I have the play at 65. I have the play at 65. It's Henrik Norlander. He's really good.
But he's gonna be popular, dude. Go look at your ownership projection. Have you even looked at him yet? Let's scroll down. I'm scrolling down for you. Okay, he's not going to be as popular as we think.
Yeah, 8%.
But
yeah,
I agree with you because, oh my God, it's 8.5%. Are you kidding me? I'm laughing out loud, literally looking at this because that's ridiculous for a guy who's 6,500 and 10% of people are going to play him. To be honest, you know what that reminds me of is Wes Bryan last week, and then he freaking T10'd. He almost freaking went top 5.
That was infuriating.
So many people played him. It's like, dude, what are you guys doing? Like, I get it. You want to just freaking play the mousetrap game. Here's another one. Nick Taylor's back in the field. I don't know. This guy's got some upside, man. I tossed him. I tossed him on a couple of my 20 max lineups. I don't think he's going to fit in one of my 3 lineups. You always talk about Chesson Hadley. I guess he's down here. I mean, there's just not many guys down here. And no one's going to play Andrew Putnam. Sam and I talked about him a lot on the Euro Tour stuff when, they mix and match. And I don't even know if the Euro Tour guys are alive or if they all got Corona. I'm not really sure. But Andrew Putnam, man, like nobody's going to touch him. That dude has upside, 6,700. So anyone else?
Yeah. I'll probably lose a little money and play Brandon Wu. He's such a good young talent. He's so
I don't even know who he is.
Dude, look him up. He's legit.
All right, who's your winning?
I mean, probably now that I said that, was the cut.
Who's your winning bet of the week? You can go with your boy that you dropped in Discord.
No. Dude, I'm saying this is the week for some reason. Like, I think Benny On might get it done.
You better put a little outright on him so you have it. I'll stick to a low-owned dart. I think I got him at 80 to 1. I don't have Discord brought up right now, but I do. I like Corey Connors. I think Corey Connors is going to be somewhat owned in DFS, but I mean, he's really got an awesome price in the betting markets, and Corey Connors can win. I mean, he really can. The game sets up really well for him. He's playing a lot better. But I like that price, I think, at 80 to 1 a lot. So to get more of our picks, content, premium content, all that jazz, head over to betkarma.com and also dfskarma.com. If you can, give us a like, write a comment in both our YouTube channel and our iTunes network. We appreciate that. It definitely helps us out. Until next week, guys. Good luck, and we'll talk to you next week.